ChatGPT ads are finally here, and for businesses that rely on attracting qualified leads online, this could become one of the biggest paid acquisition opportunities of the next few years. But most people are going to use it the wrong way. They'll treat ChatGPT ads like Facebook ads. They'll launch a random campaign, write generic copy, send people to a basic landing page, and then wonder why nobody books a call. That's not how this platform should be. ChatGPT ads is not Instagram, it's not TikTok, it's not YouTube. People are not opening ChatGPT to scroll for entertainment. They're asking questions, comparing options, researching solutions, and trying to make decisions. That means the opportunity is not just getting cheaper clicks. The real opportunity is showing up when someone is already thinking about the exact problem you solve. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to run ads in ChatGPT the right way, not just where to click inside the ads manager, but how to think about the offer, the targeting, the funnel, the follow-up, and the tracking behind the ad. Because the ad itself is only one piece of the puzzle, if the system behind it is broken, you're just paying for attention and losing it. ChatGPT Ads Manager is OpenAI's platform for creating and managing campaigns inside ChatGPT. The basic idea is simple. Someone is using ChatGPT to explore a topic, compare options, or solve a problem, and if your ad is relevant to that conversation, your business can show up as a sponsored result. This is still early, and depending on your country, you may or may not have access yet. But that's exactly why you should pay attention now. When a new ad platform opens up, the biggest advantage usually goes to the people who understand it before everyone else floods it. The same thing happened with Facebook ads, TikTok ads, and YouTube ads. Now the same opportunity may happen with ChatGPT ads, but only if you use it properly. The wrong way to run ChatGPT ads is simple. You create a campaign, write generic ad copy, send people to your homepage, and hope they convert. That's what most businesses will do, and that's why most businesses will eventually say ChatGPT ads don't work. But the platform is not the problem. The real problem is that their acquisition system is broken. When someone clicks your ad, what happens next? The experience should match the intent behind their search. They should arrive on a page that addresses the problem they were researching, present a clear offer, gives them a compelling next step, and move them smoothly toward becoming a booked call or customer. Most businesses don't. They just run traffic into a leaky bucket. ChatGPT ads will not save a weak offer. They will not fix bad positioning. They will not magically turn a basic website into a client acquisition machine. So before you run a single ad, you need to build the system behind the ad. Now, who should actually use ChatGPT ads? If you're selling a random impulse product, this might not be the first platform at test. But if you're selling something people search for before buying, this becomes very interesting. This applies to coaches, consultants, agencies, B2B services, software, high-ticket education, and done-for-you services. Basically, anything where the buyer needs to understand the problem, compare options, and trust the provider before making a decision. That's where this can work really well because the behavior inside ChatGPT is completely different from social media. On Instagram, some might see your ad while scrolling for entertainment. On TikTok, they might be passing time between videos, but inside it, people are actively looking for answers to specific business problems, whether that's getting more clients, improving lead follow-up, scaling their business, or even generating more sales opportunities. That intent is completely different. So the goal is not to interrupt people. The goal is to show up when they're already looking for a solution. The first thing I'll do before launching a campaign is define the offer. And I don't mean the service, I mean the outcome. For example, don't say we run ads for coaches. That's too generic. A stronger angle would be we help coaches and consultants build an AI-powered acquisition system that generates qualified book calls without you even relying on referrals or manual outreach. That's much better because now you're not selling ads, you're selling the end result. More qualified leads, more book calls, shorter sales cycle, less manual follow-up, more leverage. People are not thinking, I need an agency. They're thinking, I need more qualified leads. I need to stop wasting money on ads and I need to automate follow-up and I need to scale without hiring a huge team. That is your language on your ad, your funnel that you should use. Once the offer is clear, the next step is the funnel. Do not send people from traffic to your homepage. Your homepage is too broad. It talks about everything, has too many links, and gives people too many options. Instead, send people to a dedicated page that matches the intent of the campaign. For a high-ticket offer, I'd use one of two types of funnels. The first one is a book call funnel. This is the best if you already have an offer and it's proven. The page should have like a clear headline, a short explanation of the problem, a VSL, an application form, and then a calendar. The second is a training funnel. This is better if your market needs more education before they book. The first page collects like the email, the second page shows the training, and then below the training like should have like a calendar application. For my own business, the headline might not be built an AI acquisition system that turn paid traffic into qualified book calls. Then the page would explain how we help coaches, consultants, and online service business build their offer, their ads, their funnel, their email, their AI response lead. People don't really want ads. They want a predictable system to acquire clients. Now, let's talk about the campaign setup. Inside Ads Manager, you'll create your account, set up billing, and create a campaign. Since this is still early, don't overcomplicate it. Start with one campaign, one clear offer, one core audience, one dedicated landing page, and one conversation goal. Don't launch 15 campaigns on day one. Don't test like 5 offers at the same time. The simpler the campaign, the easier it is to learn and what's working. For example, I might create a campaign around AI acquisition systems for coaches and consultants. The goal would be qualified application or book calls. The ad would be written around the problem the user is already searching for. Something like, still relying on referrals and manual follow-up to get clients? Build an AI-powered acquisition system that turns paid traffic into qualified book calls. That's much stronger than saying Grow Acquisition is one of the leading AI marketing agencies. Nobody cares about that. People care about their problem. Let's talk about targeting. With traditional ad platform, you usually target interest, behavior, lookalike, demographics, or even keywords. But with ChatGPT, the context of the conversation matters. So your targeting should be built around the buyer intent. What is the person trying to solve? What questions are they asking? What options are they comparing? And what outcome do they want? If I'm targeting coaches, I don't just want people interested in marketing. That's too broad. I want people asking about getting coaching clients, scaling a consulting business, automating sales follow-up, and running meta ads for the course, improving book call rate, or building a high-ticket funnel. Those are much closer to the buying moment. So don't just think about who the person is, think about the moment they're in. Now, for the ad copy. The best ChatGPT ad copy probably won't be hypey. It should be clear, direct, and relevant. I use this structure: call out the problem, explain the cause of the problem, introduce your mechanism, promise the outcome, and then give one simple next step. For example, if your coaching business is getting leads but they're not turning into book calls, the problem might not be your ads. It might be your follow-up system. Grow Acquisition builds AI-powered acquisition systems that combine ads, funnel, email nurture, and instant lead response so you can turn more traffic into qualified sales calls. That works because it speaks to a real bottleneck. It doesn't just say we run ads, it explains why leads are not converting. And this brings me to the most important part: follow-up. This is where most businesses lose their money. If someone clicks your ad, fills out the form, and nobody contacts them for 5 hours, you've probably lost them. Speed to lead matters. When a lead comes in, your system should capture the lead, classify them, respond instantly, route them to the right person, and follow up if they don't book. That's why I don't look at ads as just campaigns. I look at them as like acquisition systems. The money is not made when the click happens. The money is made when the system converts that click into a customer. And finally, track the full funnel. Don't just track the impression, the clicks. Track application, book calls, show up rate, close rate, cost per lead, cost per qualified book call, cost per acquisition, and revenue. Most people ask, how do I get cheaper leads? That's the wrong question. The better question is, how do I get more qualified book calls at a profitable cost? That changes everything. To recap, running ads inside ChatGPT is not about like launching a random campaign and hoping it works. You need a clear offer, an intent-based targeting, a dedicated funnel, strong ad copy, instant follow-up, and a full funnel tracking. ChatGPT ads are not magical. They are another way to capture attention and intent. But if you combine that intent with the right AI-powered acquisition system, that's where this gets powerful. Now, if you are a coach, consultant, agency, course creator, or online service business owner, and you want help building this whole system, the ads, the offer, the funnel, the automation, the AI lead response, and the follow-up system, then click the first link in the description and book a call. We'll look at your current acquisition system, find the leaks, and show you what needs to be built so you can generate more qualified leads and scale without doing everything manually. Subscribe for more videos on AI, ads, funnel, and client acquisition system, and I'll see you in the next video.